and I'm joined by Julianna Peña at UFC X. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you finding the fan interactions?
I love it. This is the best part of the sport for me. I love interacting with the fans. It's one of my favorite things to do.
And you know, International Fight Week has always got that kind of vibe. Do you enjoy coming to soak that vibe in, you know, speak with the fans?
Yeah, it's always really motivating, you know, when these guys stand in line 9:30 in the morning and they're ready and waiting for hours on end to meet you, and then just the things that they say to you. You're my favorite fighter, I won so much money on you, you have always been somebody that inspires me and motivates me. Just hearing those types of things makes it all worth it, and I love coming for that reason.
What's the craziest thing that a fan has ever said to you?
Somebody had me sign their shoe a little bit ago. That was pretty weird. And then you know, just that they win a ton of money on me, I think is always like crazy, because I'm not a big gambler. So when I hear the amounts of money that they won or that I won them, I'm like, you owe me some shoes or something.
And you were on the red carpet last night for the UFC Hall of Fame, and we saw you, Pennington and Kayla all standing side by side at one point. Did you have any interactions with them at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay. And we've heard that you're going to be taking on Raquel Pennington in October. You can confirm that that's correct, right?
Yeah, I do believe, yes.
And obviously this is for the title, so you know, how important is this fight for you to regain that title, and what do you think of Pennington as an opponent? Obviously you have history with her.
So it's a two-part question. Your first question was, what do I feel about the title? Listen, my whole life accomplishment in my career is to be the champion and to fight the best. This is something that I've been wanting all my life, and I'm going to give my entire life to get it done. Everyone always says your last fight is your most important fight. They say stuff like, you know, this is the biggest fight of my life, or this is the most important fight of my career. And I think I've said that in the past, but truly, truly, truly from the bottom of my heart, this is the biggest fight of my life, and this is the most important fight of my career. And my eyes are solely on focusing on Raquel Pennington and getting that done. As far as my thoughts on Raquel, it's a lot of bad blood there, you know what I mean? When we were living on the Ultimate Fighter house, I was trusting her with my innermost thoughts. We were on the same team. She was sleeping in the bunk bed above me. Lo and behold, after watching the show, she's going downstairs into the other room and telling my opponent literally everything that I said, crying and all, you know what I mean? And so it was a complete betrayal. I felt completely backstabbed. And, you know, I'm loyal to the soil. I'm very big on loyalty. And, you know, I found out she was not my friend, and that she was actually, you know, driving a knife in my back the entire time, and I didn't even know it. I was giving her makeovers, putting her in my dresses, doing her hair. I was teaching her how to walk in heels. I was doing things that you would do with your girlfriends, thinking that she was my friend. I made her look more beautiful than she's ever looked in her entire life. And instead of getting a thank you, I was getting just a, you know, and so she's not my friend. And she's got some vendetta against me because she thinks she was supposed to be the Ultimate Fighter. It's not the case. She couldn't get past Jessica Rakosi, who I took out in the first round. This is a long time coming, and I feel like this fight is one of these things that I'm putting in my head as like, this is another finale of who the true, real Ultimate Fighter is, and we're going to settle it once and for all.
And does that bad blood and that history change the dynamic? You know, when you compare how you've gone into other fights with the kind of history that you've got, with the kind of history that you have going into this fight, does it change the dynamic when you kind of get your mind ready for the fight?
No, I go into the same fight in the same way mentally, preparing for literally giving my entire life, and if I have to die in there, I'm going to die in there. And I think that it doesn't matter who stands across from me, I'm always going to approach it the same. I'm going to fight to the death, and that to me is kind of what separates me from other fighters. I feel like I'm literally going to give my entire life, and I think that it doesn't matter who stands across from me. I am my biggest opponent, and it's always me versus me every time I get in there.
So how do you think it unfolds, you know, when you do step in there against her, knowing what you know about her?
I think it unfolds to be an explosive fight, lots of fireworks and dynamite, and I intend on getting my hand raised and reclaiming my title.
And Amanda Nunes, do you ever see her coming back?
I think so, yeah. She'll be ready to fight me for the trilogy as soon as I take the belt from Raquel, absolutely.
And where do you think that leaves Kayla? Obviously, a lot of eyes were on her for her debut. She wants to perhaps be a backup for your fight. Where do you think that leaves Kayla, and what do you think of her?
She can get in line like she is, and I think that she acknowledges that, so that's great. And what was your second question?
What do you make of her, and where do you think it leaves her? Obviously, you'd love to fight Amanda Nunes if she does come back, but
yeah, she's going to have to get in line. You know, me and Amanda have a lot of unsolved business. We are both 1-1, and you can't, you know, play Rochambeau or rock, paper, scissors and go 1-1 and be done. You can't walk away from something like that. I think she knows that. The fans know that. Everybody knows that. It's just a matter of time, I believe. But I'll say that is afterthought. Right now, I'm only solely thinking about Raquel Pennington.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Take care. You too.